going on, y'all? Welcome to the Internal Guidance Podcast, episode number 3. Got some special guests with me. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves, man.
What's up, everybody? My name is Zach Turov, a friend of Marshawn's. Known him for a while now. Live up in Austin. Involved with commercial real estate development. Do some real estate stuff on the side as well, like wholesaling and stuff. And a big proponent of mental health and self-improvement. So excited to be here.
What's good, y'all? Mark Villanueva. I'm a personal trainer. I'm still in school here at Texas State. Been knowing Marshawn for like 2-3 years now. We're really close and just helping each other build positive habits and healthier lifestyles, mentally, physically, spiritually. And I'm excited to be here, share some knowledge, and have a good conversation.
Well, definitely, hey, y'all see the shirt, man. It's the man with the plan right here, man. Hey, this
New
is
one's coming out soon.
Hey,
Transcend, baby.
Transcend, y'all. Hey, this is the personal trainer, my homie Mark. You know what I'm saying? Best personal trainer in San Marcos. You know what I'm saying? We could argue. You know what I mean? But hey, if you want some merch, it's on the website. Website be in the description. But yeah, I brought y'all here today. You know what I'm saying? Just to, the basic thing about this platform, I want people to know like the problems that they're going through, that we all going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one's alone.
Nobody's alone. You know what I mean? So I feel like today's discussion, we're just gonna be asking like regular questions, just like about just things that people go through on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? Just really just diving into your own personal aspect of, you know what I'm saying, how you feel about the questions I'm asking.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Cool.
the first one I want to ask is, how do y'all get yourselves out of a bad mood?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, it's just staying really active. Like, I work out a lot. So I think that's very critical. Like I'll go on a bike ride or go work out when I'm feeling down, and just try to detach myself from the situation. So like if it's work related, maybe try to step away from that for a second, and just stay conscious of my mind, like, and know that it can be better, I guess, in a way. So try to just take a step back, analyze the situation, and then you know choose the attitude that I want to take for the rest of the day. So that's something consciously I try to do mentally, and then just taking a step back and like going outside or going on a walk or a bike ride or going for a workout or something like that. So
What about you, Mark?
What I do, I just choose to not be in a bad mood.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can't control people's actions or anything that happens really, but we can always control our reactions. So I'm choosing to not be in a bad mood. And sunlight will boost that mood.
Baby.
Go outside, get some sunlight on your chest, on your back, on your face.
specifically
And-
on your chest and back or what?
Yeah, you can boost your test by like 100%.
Oh yeah.
So you can like double your test by getting sunlight exposure in your chest.
Test, baby.
You can actually triple it if you tan your nuts too.
Hey,
Swear.
you putting on y'all on some game, man.
Swear, you can triple your test levels by sunning your balls, but
Just get your nuts tanned.
yeah, just choosing not to be in a bad mood,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah, and I think that's
making that choice.
key. Like, yeah, I mean, because like we all have a decision that, like, the only thing that we can control is our mentality, right? So, like, for example, a friend of ours, his name's Carlos. He got his car hit today, and like, you have two options in that situation. You can choose to be pissed off, or you can choose to just not let it affect you and continue to, go about your day because you really have no control. And getting upset about it has no impact on this person that hit you or anything in a positive way. So I mean, it's just choosing to make the decision to be in a positive mindset. And of course, it's easy to say. It's harder to do, especially if you just get caught up in things. But that's where it's important, I think, to be conscious and always trying to be improving and get better at that. Especially as like the three of us are obviously pretty young. I mean, I think that's something we can always improve upon. So
I think too, if you're with other people in a bad mood, you're just gonna pass energy on to these other people around you.
Yeah.
If you're in public, even driving with road rage, so you don't want to spread that. By being in a good mood, you can just spread good vibes, and it's like a chain reaction.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
One thing I noticed out of both of y'all, which I both said, was choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, we both I mean, we all have a choice whether or not we want to be upset about something or if we want to be, you know what I'm saying, joyous or like in a positive mindset about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like obviously it's gonna be hard. Like if you're in a bad mood, you know what I'm saying. You can either choose to either get over it or you can just let that just dictate your whole day and just
Yeah, you can
For sure.
go down a spiral and just have
Yeah.
a bad week, even, you know,
hell
if you
yeah,
let it get to that point.
yeah. You know, and I feel like from my own experience, I feel like I had a pattern where I would like latch on to like bad, like I would get in a bad mood and latch on to it. And then it's just like
You get addicted to that feeling of being mad or whatever it is. You get addicted to that.
right,
You gotta like change patterns, you know.
right. You get addicted to it, and like you said, it becomes a pattern where it's just like it's like a it's like your natural instinct is to just let it affect you and stuff like that. Like even today, like I still battle with it. Like sometimes I get
And I
bad
mean,
moods, you know.
back to the point of control. I mean, you forget you have control. It's like, and specifically, I mean, some people like they haven't even like found that out. Like like I talked to my roommate. Nobody on here will probably know who he is, but like, like it's just like he thinks that that's kind of just the way it is
Right.
about a certain topic or whatever it is, and he has the complete choice, like a vape pen. It's like, oh, I'm addicted.
Right.
You choose to be addicted, right? Like
You
you
surrender.
you literally have a choice about everything. And a lot of people just don't comprehend that they have that choice.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop caffeine, and like right now I was about to get off and get some. But I was like, nah, I mean I don't need it.
Yeah,
So
I'm fucking addicted as shit.
that's why I was too. That's why I'm trying to stop. And I said no right now. You know,
Yeah, that's good.
I'm about to get off. Like I don't need it. I'm just used to like always getting it before the gym or
Yeah,
whatever. You know,
Yeah.
caffeine to start the day, but
Yeah.
we really don't need it.
for sure.
All the energy and power is within us already. We don't need no external
Just eat carbs.
stimulants and you know.
Right, and it was the fact that you became aware. You know what I'm saying? Like at that moment, you was like, it was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't. You know.
We all know what we shouldn't be doing. Just the fact that he's saying like I want to stop vaping, he knows he shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's the easiest thing
Yeah, it's
because
easy.
he's been doing
A
it.
lot of stuff is easy to do.
But I mean, it's hard to quit as well, though. Like I mean, like I think again, it's like easier said than done. Sometimes, like it's completely possible, but you get to that moment where you're like, oh fuck, like I want to hit this vape pen, like it's literally right here,
Right.
and it's just the ease of access. I think sometimes like can be detrimental. But it's a choice at the end of the day. You're making a choice.
And that's the thing. I actually talked to Tipsy last episode. He was saying like instead of like cutting something out cold turkey, it's better to just kind of like take
Weighing yourself off it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like take small steps into kind of like cutting it off. Like with him, with vaping, maybe he probably vape like 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can start vaping for 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Well, he can limit it to 6 days a week, and then
Yeah.
5 days a week, and then 4 days a week. And, you know what I'm saying?
You can also add something. Instead of just taking that away, you can add something.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of vaping, I'm gonna
Drink more water.
go for a walk, or I'm
Right.
drink a glass of water when I want. You know, add
Yeah.
something positive instead of just take something away.
Right.
But I mean, and I think as well, like it really is like different for everybody. Like I feel like some people could just like quit cold turkey, and that's how it works for them. Because like I just have to stop. Like if I like kind of weigh myself off, I'm just gonna keep on doing it because I'm still doing it.
Right.
So like I think
Yeah.
like dude, there's 7 billion people on this freaking planet. There's no one way for everything. Like it's everybody has their own way of quitting or like getting themselves out of a bad mood. But again, I think it all just comes back to the choice. Like everybody has a choice. It's like literally like there is nothing else we can control except our attitude and the way that we approach things. That's the one thing we have control over. So.
Yeah. Well, go to the next question, man. Those some good answers, honestly. If you could say 3 positive things about yourself, what would it be?
I'll go first.
You go first.
I don't know. Like I don't.
It could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a pretty positive guy usually. Like, I think I used to kind of allow myself to get mad over things and be consumed by that, kind of like what you were talking about. But I try to be as positive as I can now. I think I'm decently disciplined, you know, with certain things. Like I go through phases. Like I just did a triathlon. Before that, I was very dialed in on my eating habits and all that, and since then I have not been at all. Like I've been a fat ass, honestly. But I can be disciplined when I need to be, and I'm definitely very ambitious and driven. Like I want to succeed. Um, it's an obligation to me to succeed and be able to take care of like my family when they're old and all of these other things. So, yeah, I mean, I think that those are 3 positive things about me, I guess.
So,
I'm gonna switch it up.
all
I'm
right.
gonna say 3 positive things about y'all. Instead of just talking about myself, I don't know. I just thought
Yeah,
about
no, that's
it.
good.
Hey, that's
Good.
good.
But
That's
like
good.
you're a good learner. You're willing to learn from somebody, like even for the same age as you, doesn't matter. Like everyone has something that you don't know, you know.
Yeah.
So that's something that you're able to do. Is just learn and listen. You discipline and determined. I think that's cool. Like you can adapt. If you're determined to change something, you're probably gonna do it, you know.
Right.
And like Zach, hard ass worker. Like you inspire me too. You know, working and saving money and triathlon. And even in school, you graduated with like some good ass grades. Like I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're determined, disciplined, and yeah, you're a hard worker, bro.
So let's switch it up on you, man.
All right.
You're probably the most disciplined guy I freaking know, man. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's incredible. It's sick. You're definitely a hard worker as well. I think what you're doing with personal training stuff is really cool. And yeah, I mean, just your fitness level is something to admire. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, to you, man. I mean, I think yeah, you're definitely disciplined. You're a good learner. I would agree with that. Just and doing all this stuff with the podcast and everything that you're doing, I think it's sick. So
Appreciate that. I'm gonna start off with you. Like, honestly, Zach. Honestly, I would say like you're very disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've lived with both of them. So like I've seen them both in their natural habitat and them actually putting in work and really like consistently doing what it is that they need to do. You know what I mean? So you're very disciplined, very driven. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you got your mind on something, like you're gonna go do it. You're not gonna let nothing like get in your way of accomplishing whatever it is that you set out to want to get. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're very intellectual. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're a person that you gain information, you absorb it, and you do whatever you can to actually put it in kind of like, how can I say it? You put it in action. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you learn, you put it in action, and you know what I'm saying? You make sure that you know what it is that you actually learning. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
For you, Mark, discipline. For y'all, for everybody that's wondering, man, you know, how I am, you know, physically, you know what I'm saying? Fitness.
How we got so fucking big, bro?
Hey, this guy right here, bro, like, he the
yeah.
man with the plan, man. Like, I'm telling y'all.
Get at me.
Like, 2 years ago, I was 160. This man was literally
Soaking wet.
pulling up
was a
to my
French fry.
gym. Pulling up to my gym. Pulling up to my dorm, like, telling me, like, bro, let's work out. Me, I'm making up excuses. I'm like, I gotta go get my car fixed and all this shit. Like, weeks going past, he like, hey, bro, like, yeah, you got your car fixed now, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, he really got me outside my comfort zone and, like, really got me locked in to wanting to build my physique and stuff like that. And, like, it kind of helped me mentally, physically.
The reason I did is because I met you at work, and I saw that you were tapped in mentally, you know,
Right.
and spiritually. So I'm like, you know, it's all 3. It's mind, body, spirit.
Right.
I was like, bro, if you like this shit, you're gonna love the gym. You're gonna love working on your physical body.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, shit, you do now.
Look at you now. God
Turned-
damn, man.
It turned out good, man. Like, disciplined, very driven. Well, I don't even want to use the same word, man. You have a very strong will. You know what I'm saying? Very strong-willed and very consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like whenever you do something, like even going to the gym, like, you're very consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man got pictures from whenever he first started working out. Like, he been doing this shit. He's not new to this shit. He's true to this shit.
Oh,
Look
God.
at this
You know what
shit.
I'm saying? So, I think that's pretty dope, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Well, that was cute. That was the cutest part of the show. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, you
Switched
implemented
up
that.
the Vizai, baby.
I just don't want to talk about myself, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's dope. Oh, well, on to the next question, man.
To the next one.
So this could be like anything. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to define happiness like on your own terms. Like, what is happiness to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we're gonna switch it up. Mark, you go first.
I believe happiness is just enjoying what you do.
Yeah.
Enjoying who you are,
Mhm.
where you are, and just enjoying life. You know, just happiness. Not living in hell. You know, like if heaven and hell are states of mind, you either living in heaven or you're living in hell. You know, I think when you're happy, you're living in heaven. Peaceful, you have inner peace, happiness and love and joy. You're excited about stuff, you're enthusiastic and all that. You know, you you're living in heaven.
Right.
So that's what happiness looks like to me. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good word. I mean, I think happiness is like enthusiasm for life. Like, I think it all relates back to doing what you really love, and filling your life with purpose. Because I think without purpose and without specific goals, I mean, nobody can really truly be happy. Possibly, I wouldn't even want to make like a definite statement like that though, because maybe somebody just wants to fucking sit on the couch all day and that makes them happy, right? I think it's again, it's completely up to each individual to what makes them happy. Like, we're super active people. Like, I was on a bike ride this morning. That made me so happy. Like, I love that
I'm so
shit.
happy when I'm biking.
Right? It's so fun, but other people that may not be their thing. So for me, happiness is goals, forward progress, activity, staying fit, eating healthy, and just improving like all of the time. I think that makes me happy. It's kind of an interesting dynamic though, because I mean, like, I sometimes struggle with like mental health stuff, so like I will get down on myself just for nothing. Like, I mean, it's like, and it's just like the way my mind is wired. So I think it's important to have goals because that makes me happy because I feel like I'm chasing something and progressing. Um, but like, for example, and I know John, again, I'm bringing up my roommate here. Like, he has goals, but it's comedy. I mean, it's something completely different. But that makes him very happy. So, but I mean, I think it also kind of comes back to like health and wellness, because like the healthier you are, the happier you are.
Yeah, I believe the better you eat too, the more whole foods you eat, and getting your minerals and vitamins and all that stuff, and it also can make you happier because you're eating like shit.
You gonna feel like
you're
shit.
probably gonna feel like shit mentally.
Yeah, and
physically.
It kind of is the same word in a way, but happiness and positivity. Like, so I listened to this podcast called The Ziegler Show, and they've gone through this series where they kind of broke down everything we put into our bodies, like from what we listen to what we see to what we eat, and like if you fill your mind with a bunch of bullshit, negative crap, all the news and bullshit that's going on in the world. I mean, it's important to stay up to date, but like, you don't need to know all that crap all the time, like every single detail about it. It's just negative, man. Like, and that's gonna make you unhappy because you're just filling your mind with problems.
They want you in a state of fear and anxious.
Yeah. And then if you're eating like shit too, fucking, you can't go out to eat to like anywhere without getting some bullshit. Like, there's
seed oils.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's so. I mean, like, I think happiness comes back to as well, like what you're putting in your mind and body and spirit and everything, like your soul.
Another thing too is like there's cheat codes of being happy, like literally cheat codes with serotonin and serotonin. What are the ones?
Oxytocin.
Like oxytocin, serotonin,
endorphins,
all that. Like,
dopamine.
There's stuff you can dopamine. There's stuff you can do that can boost that.
Yeah.
Getting sunlight, exercising, spending time with people you love, hugs. Like, there's so much that you can do to help you be happy. There's cheat codes to this. So it's not like, I don't know. It's not like you're gonna wake up and just be happy. Like, you gotta do certain things to kind of help boost that happiness and make you feel a certain way.
For sure.
Give you energy.
I think like challenging yourself as well kind of like creates happiness as well, because like for example, like for this triathlon, I'd go on like a 3-mile run and I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And I'm doing it, I'm like, this sucks. But then after I felt freaking great, and I'm happy, and I'm like, man, that felt great,
Right.
and it was a challenge, and like the triathlon itself was not that bad because I trained for it, but like it made me very happy because it was something I had never done. I started a new job, like oftentimes I'm like, man, like I'm pretty young, like these guys are all very experienced, like this is a challenge, like, but it makes me very happy because it's super cool what we're doing.
Right.
So like I think challenging yourself constantly, putting yourself in situations where you're uncomfortable, leads to happiness because you're growing.
Right.
Yeah, doing hard shit is fun.
Yeah, it is.
Like doing hard shit would make me happy,
Yeah, you're like leveling up your mind because you're like, oh man, I never thought I could do that, and then you do it, and you're like, oh shit, well if I did that, like I can do this other thing, and you're growing and you're getting happier as you go along because you're like, man, I'm just progressing and getting better and better and better.
Oh yeah. I feel like it all boils down to improving. And another word I want to use is freedom. You know what I mean? I feel like happiness in a nutshell is kind of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you're the most happiest, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're at a bliss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, nothing can really ruin your mood. Nothing that nobody else does can kind of like affect you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I feel like when people have days off of work, you know, it's kind of like freedom. Like, I don't have to work.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm able to do whatever it is I want to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you love the hell out of what you're doing and it makes you so happy, and I think that, and unfortunately in our society, like, that's not what a lot of people end up in, a job that's like, oh man, I freaking love this so much, I'm so happy doing this, I could work 7 days a week and I don't care because I freaking love it.
Right.
But like, trying to find that thing that really gives you purpose, again, it makes you super happy, I think is really good. One other thing that I'd like to say, like, I think that leads to happiness is relationships. Like,
Sure.
Having good relationships with, and it doesn't have to be like freaking 50 people. Like, if you have some really good, genuine relationships with like 10 friends, like lifelong friends, and with your family, like, I know that can be a touchy subject for people because like their parents are pieces of shit or whatever it is, right? But, like, I think relationships lead to happiness because like you're experiencing life with people and it's genuine, and life shouldn't be lived alone, in my opinion. And experience as well, like experiencing new things, foods, and traveling to new places and experiencing new things, I think leads to happiness as well. So relationships and experience.
Yeah, like even like what you saying, experience. I feel like every time somebody experiences something for the first time, I feel like, especially if it's something good, I feel like that's like peak happiness because it's something that, you know what I'm saying, it's your first time actually experiencing it, and it's kind of like you're trying to, like, I guess, try to describe the feeling that you feel in you, and that's happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the way you comprehend something. Like if you're standing next to freaking the ocean for the first time, it's extremely beautiful. It's like, how can you be pissed off right now? Like it's like impossible. Like it's just so beautiful. Like you have to be happy almost in a way.
Right. So my next question is, how do you overcome fear?
Just fucking doing it.
Dude, just fucking do this shit.
I
Like
mean, whatever it is, don't think about it. Just take the leap, jump, whatever. Just do it.
Yeah.
Right.
The goal is not to have. The goal is not to have like no fear. It's to overcome the fear and do whatever you want to do either way. Like whatever it is, just doing it. Like.
You should be fearful. Like if you're not fearful about like what you're doing, you're not where you should be. Because like that means like, you're comfortable, right? Like I just got a new job. Like I was pretty comfortable at my old job. I was like it was chill. Like I had it made, right? But I was comfortable. I wasn't progressing. I wasn't fearful. Like in this new job, I'm being put in situations where like I'm fucking kind of scared of certain things. Right. But you just gotta do it. Like like the more you think about it, the more you talk about it, the more excuses you make, it's bullshit. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like don't make excuses.
Cool.
It happens.
We're supposed to fail.
Yeah, literally.
Like literally, like we have to fail to get better. And so like failure is critical.
Yeah.
Dope. Right now,
what about you?
Go ahead.
What about you?
Me personally, whenever I feel fear, that's when I know to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I feel I internalize those feelings of like anxiousness or like nervousness, that's when I know that's what I need to do to get to the next level in my life. You know, like even doing the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like first episode I was nervous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know how to like everything was new. You know what I mean? So it was just like I question myself and say like either I can overcome this or I can fold. And me, I'm a person like I live by the morals like I don't quit nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I do, I'm gonna do it to the fullest of my capability until I achieve it. You know what I'm saying? Like even throughout the failures and stuff like that. You know, so or I even try to just look at other experiences where I was fearful or I overcome something that I thought I would be afraid of. Like when we went skydiving, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that shit fucking dope.
yeah, man. I recommend everybody out there, y'all go skydiving, man. That should change your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's one that I got it.
That's another thing. You're there standing on the edge of the plane, like
literally.
it doesn't matter if you're scared because that person behind you jumping, like
Yeah, for sure.
like you're up there.
Man,
looking down
that one freaks me out for sure.
You know what's crazy though? Like I swear to God, I had like no fear when I was there. I was standing on the edge and looking down. I was like happy, bro. I felt so fucking happy. Like damn, I'm literally here in the sky about to jump off.
Because you're experiencing things.
Yeah,
you're experiencing something new.
That's another thing. After that, it's like, bro, there's nothing else to really be scared of. Like, I jumped out of a fucking plane. Like,
literally.
you know, like
you literally risking your life.
yeah.
Like it don't get scarier than that. You know what I mean? Like
fucking cool. And that's what, you know, you gotta just jump. Like just
do it.
Jump. Yep, for sure.
Like the Nike slogan, man. Just do it, man.
Just do it.
I was actually going to reference this book. I'm actually reading right now. It's called "Who Moved My Cheese." So it's like a story where there's like these mice. It's two mice and two like humans. They're all in a maze and they're all like chasing after this cheese. So in the beginning, they both parties they ended up getting to the cheese or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they eat the cheese, but the mice they ate the cheese. They went home and they went through their same routines and didn't like stay around the cheese too long because they knew eventually like they were gonna run out of cheese if they just stayed there eating it. Unlike the humans, they stayed there, ate the cheese day after day. They moved their house by the cheese to the point where they got comfortable and they ran out of cheese. Both parties ran out of cheese, but the mice they went and they went to go look for some more cheese. You know what I'm saying? In a more like in a different area.
Okay.
I know this story kind of weird, but like it's basically like you can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
Like even when
sure
you feel like you hit a goal or something like that, it's just always something better to go chase after. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just let your end goal be that piece of cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of.
I know that sounds kind of confusing, but like, it was a good book.
I mean, and I think it makes sense. Like we've already kind of brought this up a number of times. Like you can't get comfortable no matter what you're doing. Like you gotta be putting yourself in new positions. That's how you grow. That's how you stay happy. And I mean, those positions should give you fear because that's how you know you're in the right spot.
Right. Literally.
100%, man.
100%. Another question I have is, personally, how do y'all build and maintain confidence?
I mean, I think it's kind of natural.
I mean, I see like confidence is like faith. So if you have self-confidence, like you have faith in yourself, and you have faith in the future, like so building confidence is just doing what you need to do now, so that later on, I mean, you've been doing what you need to do, so you know you're confident in what's gonna happen.
Right.
And if I don't know if shit happens, I mean, shit happens, but building confidence is just doing what you need to do, you know, to build faith, have no stress or worry about the future or about anything, because you're confident, you have faith, you know.
Right.
So doing what you need to do, pretty much.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think faith. That's a good, like way to think about it. Like faith in yourself, based off of past experiences. And again, I mean, like I don't know. I think it just kind of comes natural for me, like confidence wise, like because I know I'm gonna execute, like you know. But that gets back to faith. Like I have faith in myself, you know. Just because. You know, I'm not, like, I'm going to take the time to make sure what needs to happen happens. Like, and stay organized about it. So, yeah.
Having no self doubt, just
Yeah,
being confident and positive and faithful.
yeah. Like, just don't even allow those thoughts to come in. And again, I mean, that kind of gets back to what we were first talking about, of like making the choice. Like when I was at Texas State, I did a big presentation for this fucking project, and like that was another situation where I put myself in something. I was fucking super nervous, but I had supreme confidence in myself. Like I knew I wasn't gonna fail, just because I didn't even allow that. That doesn't exist. Like, it doesn't exist at all. Failure doesn't exist. Like, and just the confidence of saying like, hey, like I'm gonna fucking crush this shit because I'm gonna prepare like crazy, and like I don't care if my team sucks. Like, I'm gonna crush this shit, and I'll fucking carry the team on my back. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And like we won because we all did very good. And we had a lot of confidence, and like we stood up there and freaking with our chest puffed up and like did it. So again, it comes back to the choice and just like not letting negativity exist, and negative thoughts and self doubt and everything. And like, of course, we have like self limiting beliefs. I think that's a big thing. Like, so I'm a part of this mastermind where of a bunch of guys trying to do stuff in commercial real estate, and they're our age, right? And it's like some of these guys are fucking taking down like 200-unit apartment complexes, like crazy stuff, right? It's like, oh my god, like that's so scary. I'm not built for that. I couldn't do that. That's bullshit. Like, that's a self-limiting belief. Like, you're limiting yourself. You don't have confidence in yourself. When really, if you have faith in yourself, you can do it. So it's like, fucking don't let that shit exist.
And I feel like it all boils down to just being prepared.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, were you about to say?
Like,
I feel like whenever you're preparing yourself for like a goal or like a presentation or anything to get a PR, you know what I'm saying, to build up that confidence to get a PR, I feel like it comes down to practice and preparing. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you're not gonna have like full confidence overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take like repetitive practice.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? In order to build up to have that confidence where you can give your presentation and put your team on your back. You know what I'm saying? Or you can lift and get that PR and be like, damn, like I know I'm gonna hit this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's dope.
I agree 100%. But then as well, like relationships as well, like having a good team around you that's supportive and gives you confidence as well. Like talking to certain people. Like, I know if like I'm going through some shit, I can hit any of y'all up and y'all gonna like say stop being a bitch, or like, you know, like give me confidence in myself because y'all know who I am.
Right.
Or I can, like, I'm blessed, I can be able to call my mom up and she's gonna talk confidence into me, you know, or, you know, so I think like having good people around you really helps with confidence. And for example, having terrible people around you can really hurt your confidence, especially when you're young. Like, I know, for example, my dad had a tough upbringing. Like, his parents were fucking crazy. Like, just a terrible household. And he has a lot of problems with confidence now. He has his whole life. Just because, like, all of the stuff he experienced in his youth kind of destroyed his confidence. You know, so I think how we're brought up and what we're surrounded by in that, like, those early stages really affect our confidence level moving forward throughout our life. For sure.
Yeah, like, to touch on that, I feel like a lot of stuff, like, especially like just traumas and stuff like that people go through, it starts off in childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, me personally, I feel like I grew up, because my family know, like, they was always telling me, like, I'll always be the last to do something, because it's just like, I was always late on learning certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, late on getting my driver's license. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, he gonna get his driver's license last. Like, he ain't gonna be able to drive. It's like certain stuff like that. It kind of affects people's confidence, because it's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I can't do nothing right.
You start to doubt yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just talking to my girl about this the other day. Like, it's just certain stuff like that kind of like hinders you from wanting to try new things or like accomplish new things. So you're like, oh well, I ain't gonna be able to do it right. But it's like it's just that little voice in your ear.
It's a self-limiting belief.
Yeah. You can't listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, there's this like the angel and the devil. It's like on your shoulders. It's like that, like, you know, oftentimes the devil is a little bit louder than the angel, especially in certain situations. Especially when you don't have faith and you haven't experienced this before. But like, it's all bullshit. Like, I mean, you just gotta push forward. And again, easier said than done, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. Like, the guy who fucking climbed Everest for the first time.
Another thing too is like visualizing what you want
Yeah.
to do.
For sure.
Because I'm pretty sure everyone who's successful, they saw that in their head before it happened. Whatever it is, So it's like you gotta see in your mind what you want to happen, and see yourself succeeding in your mind, so it can happen in the physical for after.
It's a great point.
So.
Yeah, because if you can't see it for yourself, like
Not gonna happen.
not
If you're picturing yourself in your head fell and whatever it is, that's what's gonna happen. That's why you can't think about negative situations or picture yourself even failing. Because if you even give it a chance to happen, it can. So in your head, it's got to be 100%. Just I'm gonna do this. I'm confident. Like I'm gonna make it happen. And that's what's gonna happen in the physical. Because everything happens in our mind before it happens
in reality.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Sure.
Next question, man. Some good answers, man.
Sir.
How do y'all get through adversity? Like, what is your whole
being
mental
confident?
confidence?
Just knowing I'm gonna be like I was just saying, just knowing I'm gonna be good, no matter what. I mean, it's just life.
Right.
What's the worst thing that happens? I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So everybody got to die.
The way I see it, I'm gonna get through it. If I don't, cool. Just being confident.
I mean, and like, I think it again comes back to like who you surround yourself with, and I think as well like forming a plan of how to tackle something if it's really challenging is really helpful, and like giving yourself certain objectives to overcoming that, or just figuring it out. Like if you spend all your freaking money and now you don't have any money to spend, that's what you consider adversity. Like form a budget, get better, or whatever it is. And then as well, like I like talking with people about things. Like if I'm in a freaking rut at work or just in life, having conversation with people, and getting different perspective is always very helpful.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Talking to people, just talking about it will help instead of just having it in your mind or
For sure.
talking to some friends, cousins, whoever people you're close with.
Yeah, because I feel like whenever you talk to people too, like it's most likely people that have been through what you going through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they can give their own experience and kind of like guide you in the way that you need to go in order to get out of that certain situation.
I went through that too. Now I'm good. So like, don't stress. It might suck right now, but you're gonna get through it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like it all goes back down to focusing on the solution instead of the problem.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you're in a position where you're going through adversity, you focusing on like, oh damn, like let's say you got an injury, you know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to be an athlete, you got an injury, like damn, I just broke my ankle or something like that, Like instead of focusing on the problem at hand, like okay, my ankle, how can I focus on getting better so I can get back to what I love to do, which is play basketball?
Yeah.
For example, Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? Like towards Achilles, I think twice. You know what I'm saying? He could have let that, determine his career, but he used that as power to get to where he is.
Like
now.
Klay Thompson. I mean, he fucking
Klay Thompson.
tore his ACL like 2 years off, and now he's NBA champion.
Literally.
Came back. He's good. Like, I'm sure he was like, I want to get a title. Like, that's the only thing I'm thinking about. All this rehab sucks. Yeah. But I'm going to get through it. So something that I've been doing lately as well is like when something really sucks, like I'll literally just start telling myself like, this is the best part. Like this is like, so like for example, like if I'm like on my bike riding up a hill and I'm fucking dying, I'm like, man, this is the best part of this whole bike ride. Like this is the best part.
I think that's important too, cause like you putting yourself in the present. That's why I feel like a lot of adversity is hard at first because you're so worried about the past or the future.
Yeah.
But you got to worry about the present. You know what I'm saying? Without the present, you know what I'm saying? You can't move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's in the tough times that people grow the most.
For sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that we think that are sucking or whatever, or like that's bad. A lot of times, those are the best things that could happen to us. You know.
Hell yeah.
Because again, it helps you grow. Um,
Yeah.
and how you talk to yourself throughout all this. And this kind of gets back to like visualization, but like the self talk that you go through, and like again, comes back to your conditioning. Like if you have a voice in your head that's just completely negative all the time, you know, because it's kind of how you're brought up, like that's detrimental, you know. But then you got to make a choice to improve, and I think it gets harder to change as we get older because we get more and more and more stuck in our ways. But our self talk is critical. That's why, like, I'm going up this hill. I'm like, this is the best part. I'll just keep on telling myself that. Or for example, like during the triathlon, it was really interesting. So the run is kind of the most challenging part because you're at the end, like you're kind of gassed. And I was doing okay, but this guy ran past me. He was fucking crushing it. He was zooming. And the whole time, I mean, I heard him. And he was just like, "Let's go, champ! Come on, champ! Let's go, champ! Come on, champ!" And like he thinks and he knows he's a champ, and he's telling himself that over and over and over, and that's helping him propel himself further, faster. You know, so I think self talk is very big, and to overcoming adversity, to confidence, to fucking everything, man, and everything.
That's dope.
Yeah. I'm telling myself the same shit in the gym.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a big
You're not a
motherfucker.
bitch. Come on, you're not a bitch, you know?
Dude, this is lightweight.
I'm the biggest motherfucker in this bitch.
No, I feel like that definitely. I feel like self talk kind of pushes you. You know what I'm saying, to kind of make you uncomfortable. You know, like okay, like I am great.
Yeah,
I'm great, bro. I'm great. You know what I'm saying? Then you start believing in, and then it's to the point where you start believing until you start being it. Like I am great. Like, this ain't nothing. You know.
Yeah. It's like the concept of like affirmations.
Yeah.
You know, like I write down affirmations probably like every morning. Skip it sometimes on the weekends, but that's okay, I guess. Yeah. I'll probably get better there. But you know, like
for the people that don't know what affirmations are, could you explain it to them?
I mean, it's just like writing down a statement that you believe to be true or you want to be true. So like one that I write down almost every day is like, today I did my best and was accountable. You know, like today I didn't compare myself to others. I am me, no better or worse than anybody else. Like things and kind of, I guess, like mindsets, I guess, in a way that you want to become true.
That's dope. It's powerful, man. I think it's definitely important to write it down as well.
Sure.
I feel like writing it down and having that mind to kind of like, it's like mind and muscle, kind of. Whenever you write it down, it's like it sticks in your brain, you know? So that's dope.
100%.
One more question. How do y'all adapt to change?
How do I adapt to change?
Yeah.
By adapting. Just doing what you gotta do, you know? Whatever changes, alright, you gotta make adjustments and change some stuff that you're doing, or, I don't know, just make adjustments.
Maybe like rephrase it. How important do you think change is?
How important do you think change is?
I think it's everything. Like it's extremely important. Like things don't ever stay the same, and like, I mean, if you can be content and satisfied and like not changing and not improving, but I mean, it just becomes stagnant, and like, you know, you have to be so comfortable with change, I think, because it's everything. Like you're about to move, you can change. Things are changing. You know, like change a job, that's changing, or like my health, it changes. Like everything is constantly changing.
Yeah, like in nature's, the water's always flowing, trees are always growing or dying.
Yeah.
Clouds always moving, the sun's always moving, the moon's always moving. Like just change it's natural.
Yeah.
You can't stay comfortable and be stagnant because that's not natural.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. And I mean, I think like it's just like it's very important to be comfortable with change, and I think that's like potentially where a lot of people can mess up, because like they get consumed with the way that things are, and they don't want things to change, and they get way too attached to a specific way things are, and then it's just like things change and everything's fucked up for them. You can't have it like that. It's just like it's bad. So, what about like y'all's perspective on like time and growing old and like as days go by. Like I always find myself specifically around 3 p.m. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Like I don't want this day to be over. Like I hate this portion of the day. Or like on Sunday nights, I'm always kind of like a little sad because I'm like, like it's like the end. But then Monday comes, I'm like, it's fine. But like I always catch myself like at the end of the week or the weekend, like kind of like in a mood where I'm like, I mean, is that the same for you guys?
I feel yeah. When it's like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., like damn, I wish it was like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I wish it was 9 a.m. right now.
Sure.
Like I just I feel you.
I feel like I feel like to a certain extent I do feel like that, especially like days when I'm off. I gotta go back to work.
Yeah,
like, all right,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it gets greater. Like once you're in that moment, it's like, all right, well, I'm back to it. Like back to the grind.
For sure, exactly. And I think like, you just can't limit your mindset like that. You can't like I need to improve on. Like I put like, all right, the week is the week and the weekend is the weekend. Right. And it's like two separate things. And like as the weekends, I'm like, it's great. It's the weekend, and the weekend ends. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Like I can't think like that. It's like it's all just a flow of time.
It's all the present, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be positive if you look at it like, okay, you grinding on the weekdays, but like you're using the weekend just to rest. You know.
You shouldn't. Gotta fucking hustle.
I mean, yeah, I'm all for that, but I feel like
balance. It's like, okay, so how important do you guys think balance is?
I feel like it's very important.
Because
what was you saying?
Yeah, it's everything. Balance is everything. If you're not balanced, I mean, you're gonna be fucked up. You know?
Like burnout.
Yeah, it's like, and it's all relative. Like mind, body, spirit too. You gotta have balance. You know, if you fucking look good, but your mind's fucked up, and your spirit's fucked up, it don't fucking matter. You know. Or if like your spirit's good and mentally you're good, which I think would be kind of hard. But if you're fucking like morbidly obese, your body's not right, that's an unbalance. It's an imbalance.
You're the smartest fucking guy ever.
Yeah, you're smart as fuck, but if your spirit and your body's not right, that's an imbalance, you know.
Sure.
It's like with everything else. Even with weightlifting, talk about balance. You can't drop the weight. Or with work, you got certain things you have to do, right? You can't do all your focus on one thing and let these other things just kind of like
die out.
Yeah.
So do you guys ever struggle to keep balance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of struggle with work-life balance for sure. Like I feel like you said, like sometimes I just be wanting to just grind. You know what I'm saying? I want to just do everything. But then it comes to a point where I get burnt out and I'm like, I see I'm not accomplishing as much as I would want to because it's just like I'm burning myself out. You know, I don't have that time to just like relax and just like regroup. And then it makes me go even harder whenever that time comes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like I think I've struggled with that like a lot, and like at my old job, like I would fucking work till like 9 p.m. just be at the computer all day long, and I feel like I have to be here doing stuff, just because it's like like I'm working when I'm really not. Like I'm just there, like not giving my best because I'm not all there because I've been there all day long. So it's like the balance is off.
Yeah, because you feel like you're only there. In reality, it's like you're just being there to say that you're being productive, but in reality, like you're not giving your best effort. You know what I mean? Like for me, for summer classes, you know, I'm taking summer classes right now, and I feel like I want to record the podcast. I want to make more episodes and stuff like that. So I feel like I put more effort in the podcast, but like when it comes to doing homework, I feel like I'm not really giving my best effort. I feel like I'm just like doing whatever it is to just pass.
And do you think that's possibly because it's something that you're not super passionate about?
Exactly. You know, and it's in my field, psychology, but you know how college is, like they give you classes that's kind of like, it's like a filler, you know what I'm saying? It's like, just do this class just to, you know, give us more money, you know?
Sure.
So it's like, it's definitely a hard thing to kind of balance, you know?
For sure.
But it's capable.
I'm gonna make this my interview. I got kind of questions in my head. So what are some inputs that you guys, like, do all the time that give you life or give you joy and passion? Like, are there certain things that you eat? Like, working out, I know, is big for all of us. Mm-hmm. Meditation, like, how important is that to you guys?
I was about to say meditation, man. Like, I feel like I've noticed throughout the last month and a half, like, I'm very anxious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm very. Sometimes I can catch myself thinking about the future a lot, but I can be like, oh, like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta record this podcast. But I feel like meditation kind of makes me like more present. You know what I mean? Like focusing on what I can do right now, because without focusing on right now, like I said earlier, like there is no future.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what about you, Mark?
What's the question?
Just like, what are some inputs that you guys
Oh yeah.
that give you life, that give you joy and passion?
Eating meat, eating fruit, getting sunlight.
Yeah.
Working out, obviously, bike riding.
Yeah.
Going to the river, spend time with friends.
Natural shit, baby.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
fun shit that makes me happy, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much most of it, bro. Just working out.
No, I mean, and I think that's all really good stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I think what I said earlier, what we input becomes our output. You know, and it kind of get back to balance as well, and everything. But yeah, like just like health and wellness, I think is so fun and just something that's so interesting, and like it literally isn't just what you eat; it's everything. You know, to what we listen to,
What we
and
think.
like yeah, literally everything. The way we talk to ourselves, who we surround ourselves with. You know, like it's very interesting.
It's dope. Oh yeah, if y'all have any questions, like feel free, like, you know what I'm saying, like fill in whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like you need to ask, like, bro, ask that shit.
It is most of, I had that one, I think, but it kind of slipped my mind. But
you got any questions?
Not right now.
So,
I know you have more questions though.
let me see. Got some more questions. Let me see.
I got some more questions.
That's pretty much it, honestly. That's all the questions I have for today.
Alright,
Cool,
let's
man.
talk about some mental health then.
Alright.
I think if anyone out there is struggling, just reach out to anybody, you know, just talk to somebody.
Do you guys ever struggle with mental health?
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have made this platform if I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be hypocritical if I said nah.
Yeah.
You know, I do. Like, I feel like I suffer with anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes I can find myself overthinking just about anything. Like, I think it goes back to childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always feel like I was always doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or I feel like I was always, like, somebody was always, like, about to criticize me on, like, something. So I feel like I always had to overthink everything. Like, oh, I gotta make sure this is right. Or, am I doing this right? You know? So it's like, I feel like
You're like hypercritical of yourself.
Hypercritical. Yeah, I'm very like hard on myself sometimes. Like I feel like I need to improve in all areas when in reality it's just like, bro, you're doing good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
For sure.
You know?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't struggle with mental health. I mean, obviously I'm human, I still get those thoughts sometimes, negative thoughts, but at this point I'm so good at just like, literally I'll say like, shut up little bitch. And that thought would literally just reverse and turn positive, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little bitch in her head, really, like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you just,
I mean, that's awesome.
It's gonna talk all day.
Yeah.
If you tell it to stop, it's gonna stop. If you don't say to stop, it's keep going and going and going.
For sure.
So I think I'm pretty good at this point. It's just like, I don't know, I feel so
You can
peaceful.
always get better,
Like, I have
you
inner
know?
peace, you know, I don't really struggle with mental health. At least
That's
right now. I can in the future, you know, but, I mean, I don't. But I think also it's because a lot of things that I do help improve that, you know? And, like, improving my body and my spirit, you know? So my mental, I feel like it's all balanced right now. Like, I'm in a good state right now, I feel good. I don't really, like, worry about much. Even when other people think I should be worrying or, you know, I should be stressed, it's like, nah, I'm good, you know? Like,
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think I have struggled with depression before, and, like, kind of getting down on myself, or just, like, the you know, voice in your head just fucking saying shit when, like, things are going great, and I'm, like, still, like, there's, like, negativity just kind of brewing, and it just comes out of nowhere, like, you know, like, I have no control over it, and I think, like, my dad has struggled with depression and anxiety his whole life, and there's kind of, like, a big thing on his side where it's, like serious depression and stuff. So I think that's just like I'm pre-wired for it. But I think that is even more why it's important to be balanced, to be very healthy, to surround yourself with the right kind of content and people and do things that make you happy and challenge yourself. Because it's like you know, maybe you're not pre-wired for it. That's why you don't struggle. Like you just got it. Like you're pre-wired for anxiety. I'm pre-wired for depression, and there's all levels to it. And you need to be aware of that, be conscious of it, and then figure out ways to get better so that you don't fall into that hole because it's so easy to, you know.
I mean, I was talking to a lot of people recently, you know, and I feel like a lot of people are now struggling mentally, bro. Like, and like our mind is where we spend our whole lives, you know. So we gotta make sure it's a good place to be, and
For sure.
you know, we every day we want to get up and live our day out, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's but a big thing too. I think it's about, like our phones. Our minds are always so stimulated, and on social media you see all these people living these crazy ass lifestyles, and you know you're just thinking every day you see that every single day, and you're just like, damn, like I'm still here doing the same shit, or I don't have this car,
But all
I
that's
don't have
bullshit.
this house. Yeah, but
Social media is
when
bullshit.
you're seeing that every single day, you know it can affect you,
So you gotta get rid of all that shit.
or you know it's everything too. If you're eating like shit, if you're not getting sunlight, you're inside all day at work. You get out and it's dark already. Like you're not getting no sunlight.
Yeah.
If you're not exercising, like a lot of shit can have an effect, you know.
And I think, oh my bad, I didn't
Yeah,
cut you off.
You're good.
Just to go off what you said about your mind being like your space, I was reading a book and it said your mind is like a garden. You know what I'm saying? Like knowledge and stuff that you bring into your garden. You know what I'm saying? That it has to be positive. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're letting anything inside your garden, like any negative, it's going you're not gonna have a garden no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Another thing too is like the music that a lot of people listen to.
Mm-hmm.
If all day you're playing music, like every time you get in your car, you're playing music the whole way. You go to the gym, you listen to music. Just at work, playing music. You know, all the time you're just always constantly playing music. And if that music is negative, it's gonna have a negative effect on your mind because all those affirmations that they're saying. I don't know what y'all listen to right now, but like you know, a lot of people listen to just bad music. You know, just
Negative
low
music.
vibes, just
right.
low vibrational music.
About killing people, all type of
Exactly, it's gonna make you be on a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna affect your mental, whether you see it or not. Or if you play some really good music, positive music, it's gonna uplift you. You know. So I try to just play like, for the most part, just positive music, like bringing me good energy. You know, nothing's gonna make me sad or mad or you know what I'm saying.
For sure. How important do you think silence and like being comfortable with being by yourself is?
Very important.
Very important, bro. And I feel like a lot of people, like they can't
do
be,
it.
you know, they can't be by themselves.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. I have a friend that I've grown with, like with my whole life. She's a super active person, like kind of all over the place, and like, you know, she's like, she's tried to meditate. And she's like, I just can't do it. I can't sit in silence. Right? I mean, it's just like it's so crazy.
I mean,
It's like-
just, it takes practice. It's not. If it was easy, everyone would be meditating, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Especially whenever you're like a person that you're not normally by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel that like even with not even just meditating, with just being by yourself. Like I see people that they can't go without being in a relationship. Like, they have to be in a relationship. Like they can't be by themselves and focus on like improving themselves. You know, so they have to be with somebody else. So it's kind of a disadvantage for the other person too, because it's like, damn, like I'm holding on to your shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like
And another thing too about not being like able to be with yourself is like with music, you know.
Yeah.
Like some
Exactly.
people, they can't be with themselves, so they have to put music on. They need something. They have to turn the TV on. They need something to be playing, so their mind is focused on that, not, you know. But
Think about stuff.
a lot of times, those people have a lot of things they need to face, and doing that is kind of stopping them from facing it. Because when you're in silence and meditating, or you're out in nature, in silence, that's when you hear your thoughts. You know, you can face them or work on them or realize that damn, I'm thinking this or doing this because of certain things. You know.
Yeah.
When it's always clouded up here. You can't work on yourself, or you can't work on yourself mentally, at least. You know.
Yeah.
It's always clouded. It's always foggy. That's why I think it's important just to meditate and not always play music. You know, you can be driving without music. You know, you don't always need something playing to listen to or to be focused on.
I think that's so important. Like, just the ability to be by yourself. Because really, I mean, at the end of the day, we're by ourselves.
Yeah, like I love being alone, man. I don't know, I just love.
I'm alone a lot. Yeah, I mean, like that's fine. But to me, honestly, like I think I saw one of your questions was like, how do you recharge socially or whatever? Like, I want to be alone. Like, I get to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to be around other people. Like, I just want to be by myself. Like, recharge mentally, do all my things, check my boxes, like, get my life and everything in it in order, like my apartment and everything.
Yeah, so
Like,
then
and I'm
when
good.
you're with your friends, you feel good.
Yeah.
You're not
You're
thinking
balanced.
about, damn, I got shit to do. I haven't done this, and I'm here chilling with my friends. Like, whatever it is, I'm out drinking or whatever. So, yeah, just spending a long time and getting yourself right before you're going out. It's like I said earlier, like, when you're in a good mood and you're happy and you're spreading love, that's a chain reaction. You're going to spread love to other people and good vibes. They're going to feel good and spread that, Whether it's today, like, tomorrow at work, you can spread good vibes because of yesterday. You met someone who's fucking happy. Like, I like you, just happy as fuck. And, you can just lead to happiness to other people and good energy.
Oh yeah.
All sorts of getting you right. I mean, I know we've had this conversation before with Tipsy, for example. Like, I remember specifically, we were standing outside of
54th.
at 54th one time, having a conversation about, like, I think it was about Carlos. Like, Tipsy was very much a proponent of, like, I'm gonna freaking sacrifice myself to help other people till I die. And I was like, no, fuck that. You got to get yourself right before you can even help anybody else. Because then and like, if I waste my whole life trying to help you and you can't get your shit together because you just can't, well, then I've wasted my whole life. That's fucking stupid. Like, it is eventually going to come to the point where you have to get yourself figured out, mentally get by yourself, do whatever you got to freaking do, like, to get right, and then you go out into the world and you spread all that positivity and you meet your goals and everything. But, like,
it all comes
it all starts with you, man.
Yeah, you got to fix what's in here first before you go out and change the world. You can't even fix yourself. How are you gonna fix the world? Your community. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You gotta
100%. Yeah. Like,
that's true, man.
Look within, man. You gotta look within.
That's true, because like you said, like, you can't try to fix somebody if you can't fix yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and like, if
that person is gonna kind of like bring you down.
And I think too, though, real quick, just like you gotta like lead by example. Which,
for sure,
whatever it is, just you're trying to help someone. If you're trying to help them get rich and you're broke as fuck, they're like, dude, you're broke. How the fuck you gonna help me?
How you gonna tell me?
Or if you're fat and you're trying to tell me, it's like, bro, you're fat. Like, you can't tell me something about health.
It's like when I go to the gym sometime and I see a personal trainer like, kind of fat, I'm like,
I'm just being honest though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm the same way. Like, if I see somebody that's like kind of like a personal trainer, I'm like, bro, I look.
And they're not fit as fuck. Like, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
A lot of those personal gyms we have in trainers who don't even know shit about training, bro. Don't know shit about health. Don't know shit about building muscle and burning fat. They're just there with this certificate. But that doesn't mean shit. The certificate doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's like school. You took a test and you passed that. Cool. That doesn't mean much.
Right.
But kind of like, I think as well, like, you have to get yourself right, and then like, don't handhold forever. Like, people need to figure this shit out themselves. Like, like I said already, like, if they can't get it figured out by themselves, like, why spend your whole life trying to figure it out for them and hold their hand until they get it right?
Just leading by example, bro. Whatever it is, lead by example, 100%. And they're gonna see like, okay, these guys actually like walking the talk, and it shows with whatever it is.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna listen. Now I'm gonna do it. If you're just telling someone, it's not really gonna make them want it because they've heard everyone their whole lives telling them what to do. Parents, or any teachers, whatever, always telling them what to do. Not really gonna have a big effect. Once you start doing it on yourself and they start seeing like it's working, okay, bro, like what can I do to get to where you're at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That's facts.
100%, man.
Like nowadays, I don't really try to get anyone to work out. I just do me, fucking grinding there 6 days a week. Like everyone who knows me obviously knows like this is what I do, So I'm not gonna try to tell you, bro, you should work out. I mean that was obviously with you I did, but like with other people, I'm telling them.
Like
I'm just gonna live my life, and you're gonna see how I'm feeling good.
Right.
I'm looking good. You're gonna want to feel like this, and eventually hit me up. Oh, like, whatever.
Like, I mean, I'll do it one time. Like, if I see you and I see potential in you, I'll be like, hey man, like, you should think
that's
about
what
this.
it is.
Or
you
like,
see potential.
Yeah.
Sure.
But at the same time, you can see potential, and that potential can never be realized because this person can't fucking figure it out for themselves.
You gotta plant some seeds,
You gotta plant seeds, and then take a step back, do you, and they gotta figure it out. Like, and then I mean, if they come back to you like, hey dude, like, I'm really trying to figure this out. Like, I have all these questions. Like, what's up? Fuck yeah! Because now I see you're engaged and you're doing this shit on your own
because they want to.
So, for example, Carlos keeps coming to me about real estate stuff, right? And I talked to him about it, and he'd kind of talk about it, and I wouldn't really see any action. And now he's come to me. He's like, dude, I'm really about it now. Like, I'm really serious. Like, I want to do this. Introduce him to my friend. Like, It's the test. It's the test. I'm not gonna keep on hitting him up. Say, hey man, are you doing outreach? Like, when are you gonna find a wholesale deal? Like, what's up?
Right.
Nah. Like, if he wants to do this, he's gonna do it. And if he doesn't do it, and I love the guy. I know you may listen to this. I hope he succeeds. I hope he succeeds, dude.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't do it, I'm gonna cut you off, bro. But not kidding, honestly, because like 100%, like, I think I'm not gonna hold somebody's hand. If they can't figure it out, like, again, I will introduce it to them and help. But this kind of all gets back to what we've been discussing all day long. Like, you got to make the decision to take some action.
Right. You got to be a man of your word too.
Yeah, because words are powerful, man. You can change up your timeline by saying something out loud.
Out loud.
Yeah, by saying it out loud and not doing it, you can change up your timeline. Cause it's just how shit works, you know what I'm saying? But when you say something and you actually do it, then boom, like,
It's power.
yeah, like, our words are powerful.
Kind of gets back to affirmations and like writing down affirmations and then saying them out loud, like, puts it in your head in a different way. And writing them in past tense as well.
And then following it with action.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Action is like the biggest thing, man.
I mean, it's like in the Bible, you know, very first, in the beginning it says, he spoke into existence, whatever, you know, so that's literally like manifestation, like, he spoke the universe into existence, so it's kind of like, everything is our word, when you think about it, you know?
That's why you gotta use it in the right way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, use it to speak positive and not to be gossiping and judging others. It's like I was telling you probably like last year, but like, I realized there's sometimes I judge something or someone or whatever, and I end up in the same situation. And even if it was like months past, I just remembered me saying that thing, and it's like, damn, like, now I'm in this situation, I said something about it, like, you know? So like, that's another thing too about judging and using your word for like not good reason, not for like
positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, judgment, I think, is so prevalent or relevant or whatever the fuck. Prevalent.
Yeah.
In society. Because, I mean, it's just like, we're so in our own camps, like, you know, you see something that you're like, oh, that's fucking weird, I'm going to judge that. And you start saying negative stuff, and then you're feeding negative stuff into your brain. I mean, it's like, you just have to have an open mind about everything, man. I mean, like, there is nothing in, like, the world that, I mean, of course there are going to be people that have the same mindset as you, but there's 1,000 other people that don't have the same mindset as you, and they're completely different. I mean, you go to China, it's like, people are completely different. They're raised different, but they talk different. It's different. What they like is different, and that's okay. Like, there's no need to judge that. That's just negative bullshit. No, that's awesome that you're completely different, because this is helping me grow and expanding my mind and like showing me a different way of doing something, which I think is so cool. But again, it's easier said than done because I think it's natural to judge. Like, it's just like,
I was just about to say that.
It just happens. Like, oh, that's kind of like weird.
It's natural because it's kind of like your first instinct. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
Because I think I read something that says, like, the first 5 seconds, like, whenever you see somebody, you're already judging them in your mind. But, I mean, I feel like it's more of being aware of that judgment and saying, like, okay, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment you detect it, you're like, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I shouldn't, you know. I feel like that's
conscious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I feel like that's a
step up your head, but if you say it out loud, whatever it is, that's when like
there's a problem.
You be changing shit, you know. Yeah. More questions or what?
I'm good.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying. I feel like we touched on a lot of deep topics, man. So yeah, that's the end of the podcast, man. Episode 3, man. Zach, Mark, y'all want to get your Instagram, anything?
I'm not on social media because I don't like social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Mark VILLA_ and at transcending_PT.
Hey,
you trying to get right? Hit me up. Shit to fit. Let's get it.
Hey,
shit to fit, baby.
To get right or to get left.
You get right or get left.
Hey, man, but
appreciate you having me on here, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool stuff. Good conversation.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Anytime, man. And if any of y'all, you know what I'm saying, like y'all don't have anybody in particular that y'all have to really have a heart-to-heart to and talk to about your problems, you know, I'll add some mental health hotlines in the bio of this video. So if y'all just need somebody to talk to about y'all's problems or y'all going through anything, just hit those hotlines up and they'll be able to hit y'all. So that's it.
Good
Cool.
shit. Sounds dope.